Welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here, and I am glad you could join me. Today, the topic is the 16 Commandments of Poon. These are things you should and shouldn't ever do with a woman. I find them very helpful. You may disagree with some because of your society, programming, living here in the U.S., and maybe some other countries in the world, wherever you are watching this at. But these are verifiably true. And if you don't believe it, just try them. See what happens. I have lived these before I ever heard of anyone writing them down. I've done what you're supposed to do to get the results you want from a woman. And I've done what you weren't supposed to do and I got the results I didn't want, which was usually the end of the relationship or the beginning of disrespect to where I had to walk away. So here we go. The 16 Commandments of Poon. I don't know who Poon is. Maybe I'll look that up. Never say, I love you first. Women want to feel like they have to overcome obstacles to win a man's heart. They crave the challenge of capturing the interest of a man who has other women competing for his attention, and eventually prevailing over his grudging reluctance to award his committed exclusivity. The man who gives his emotional world away too easily robs women of the satisfaction of earning his love. Though you may be in love with her, don't say it before she has said it. Show compassionate restraint for her need to struggle towards yin fulfillment, polarity, positive and negative, masculinity and femininity. Inspire her to take the leap for you, and she'll return the favor 1,000-fold. I find this to be true even with the girl you're in an LTR with, a long-term relationship. If you start saying you love her more or showing her how important and how special she is too much before she does, she will lose interest in you and she won't even know why. Most women, if not 99.9% of them, don't know what makes them or feel attraction to a man. So they get confused. They say things like, well, honey, I need some space. I don't know. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. It's not you. It's me. And ad infinitum with these excuses that they use. You could almost write a list of them, and they basically all say the same things. So be careful with the four-letter words like love. Don't be too quick to use that. You have to be more reserved. Women don't want you to open up to them completely, contrary to what a lot of young men, and I even bought into there for a while. So you need to be reserved. You need to be strong. You need to be the mountain, stable with your emotions, because her emotions are up and down. Women like drama, even though you see on dating sites where they say, no drama. Yeah. I have yet to meet a woman who doesn't create drama. If she doesn't have any, they become bored. They would rather be with an exciting alpha male who's sleeping with other girls than a steady, dependable man who's home every night, who works hard, who takes care of the kids, who's stable. That becomes boring for them. Now, they may stay with that guy if he provides well, but they'll go out and have sex with the exciting guy who just got out of jail riding the Harley Davidson and going to the bars every night. They get bored, and then they don't have sex with you, and they don't even know why themselves. But you have to lead the relationship. You have to control the frame, and that's what they want you to do. Forget about treating women the way you want to be treated, the golden rule. Use the golden rule, but treat women the way they want to be treated, what they're attracted to, and you can't ask them what that is. Okay, you have to learn that either through YouTube videos, my teachings or instructions, and other people like on Rule Zero. And there's many other, Coach Greg Adams, Corey Wayne. There are many other guys out there that can teach you how to relate to women and give them what they want, unless you get what you want. Okay, we'll go on. Number 2, make her jealous. Now, they will scream about this one because they'll say, oh, I don't like jealousy. No, you shouldn't make me jealous. You shouldn't make girls jealous. Well, this is not in a way that you openly kiss a girl right in front of them. Although if you're not going out with her, maybe that's different. But this is more in a subtle way. Flirt with other women in front of her. Do not dissuade other women from flirting with you. Women will never admit this, but jealousy excites them. The thought of you turning on another woman will arouse her sexually. No girl wants a man that no other woman wants. The partner who harnesses the gale storm. Listen to that. The gale storm. This is not for the faint-hearted. The gale storm of jealousy controls the direction of the relationship. I remember my last ex-wife, I lived in Central America with her, and we would go out and girls would look at me, and that's the kind of flirting, and I would look back at him. I didn't like talk to him or anything, but gosh, she just got so pissed off. But see, she could tell that other women wanted me. The last girl I went out with for over a year, when I first met her, I had 2 other girls that I was going to meet, beautiful girls like her, that I was going to meet after I met her. Now, I made the mistake of staying with her and not going on to see those other girls because I like this girl. In this case, I gave myself away too easily. I have this kind of, the white knight, or what was the other one? Anyway, I was the kid that was always rescuing the lost puppy or the bird with the broken wings. So it's like I could tell this girl needed me. So I fell into that. That was a mistake. I agreed to be monogamous with her too quickly. So I gave myself away too quickly. And it didn't turn out good. I ended up getting disrespected, which is what happens when you do that, and I walked away from her. So even though I had options in other women, I wasn't exercising on those options, which is what I should have been doing. But live and learn. The reason I can help you guys today is because I have done not everything, but most everything wrong, and I've done most everything right at one time or another in my life. So when you put knowledge together with experience, you have wisdom, and that's what I'm sharing with you. Okay, number 3, you shall make your mission, not your woman, your priority. And this is so true, but it's so easy for us guys to start out alpha, to start out strong, and see women try to beta-tize you. That's why you can't let them lead the relationship. And what I mean by that is they're always trying to change you. And if they get you changed into what they want you to be, they lose interest and they don't know why. You have to be the man she met. That's what she's attracted to. Although there will be times she'll be saying things like, honey, why don't you stay home with me on Thursdays instead of going out with your friends and bowling on Friday nights? Honey, I don't want you to go on that fishing trip this weekend. Honey, take me out to a restaurant instead. Honey, can you just miss work today and just spend the day with me? Now, in your logical mind as a man, in our logical mind, we think, well, okay, I'll do that. She'll appreciate that, and we'll spend more time together, and she'll love me more for that. Logically, that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to her emotional, hypergamous mind. That makes you weak. If you're that easily detoured from the things that you love, and you're supposed to love your mission and your purpose, then how much easier are you to be detoured away from protecting her and taking care of her? Or if some other caveman comes along and tries to break into your house or manipulate you in a financial deal and you lose everything. Now, they don't logically think about this, but these are just examples. These are the way they're programmed from evolution. Just like we're programmed from evolution to mate guard, to feel the jealousy if we think that maybe they're sleeping with someone else. There's nothing wrong with that jealousy, as I spoke about in a previous video. It's a natural thing. Now, what you do with that, that's what is important. How you act upon that jealousy. All right, we will continue. Forget all those romantic cliches of the leading man proclaiming the undying love for the woman who completes him. Despite whatever protestations to the contrary, women do not want to be the one. And that is so correct. Okay, of man's center of existence. They, in fact, want to subordinate themselves to a worthy man's life purpose, to help him achieve that purpose with their feminine support, and to follow the path he lays out. You must respect a woman's integrity and not lie to her that she is your everything. She is not your everything, and if she is, she will soon not be anymore. You don't actually have to say that, but I have heard guys saying things like, I don't know what I'd do if you left me. You complete me. Now, I've never said things like that, but I have to admit I've got too wrapped up in a woman and got too focused on her. In my case, I had other goals set, and I brought her in basically as a partner for both of us to achieve our goals. Okay, now she wasn't girlfriend material, but she was my girlfriend. But the mistake I made was opening up too much emotionally to her. Okay, and believing she was on the same path as I was. I believe she started on the same path like many women do, or I was controlling the frame, I was setting the pace, but I became a little weak and I became dependent upon her attention. Okay, so you have to remember, keep your perception in check. If you start, perceiving her as very important, or if you're waiting for her messages, or if you're when she sends you messages really makes your day, and I've been there, because I knew nothing about messaging until a couple years ago. I didn't know anything about social media. I was ignorant in those respects, okay? Now I've learned. I talk to many beautiful young girls from different parts of mostly South America, and some other parts over in Europe. But sometimes they'll send me a message, I'll answer it the next day or a couple days. It just depends, or I might answer it right away. I did not know, and maybe some of you older guys are like me, that it's not really the smart thing to answer it right away. But I was always carrying my phone with me. I'm self-employed. I hear the notification bell go off. I look it up and I answer it. That doesn't work. Okay, you're too available. Like I said, it may not make sense to you, but they want to wonder about you. And if they can get a hold of you as soon as they want to, that you're too easy, you're too available. You don't have a life, you just answer your phone right away. Now, okay, as us men, we think, well, yeah, I have a life. It doesn't take me a second just to answer the phone. And it doesn't. It didn't take away from my work. Maybe a couple times it did. Okay, but as a man, logical, you think, well, respectfully, I'll answer it. Now, that's the way I do in business, but that's different. Okay, you cannot relate your business relationships with your intimate girlfriend, wife, whatever relationships you have with your intimate partner. It does not work the same way. Okay, you have to give them what they want. They want to wonder about you. They want to feel a little bit of anxiety. They want competition anxiety. Doesn't mean you have to go sleep with somebody else. Some women like that. I've had a couple of my past ex-wives, if not three, encourage me to go out and be with other women. I didn't want to. I didn't understand that at the time, but now I do understand it. And when I was younger, I had many women. I had a wife, I had a steady girlfriend, and several other girls I was sleeping with. And they all loved me to death. And they all knew I was running around on them, not openly, but they knew. But yet, they would do anything for me. They were loyal. As opposed to later in my life when I became more blue pill, they all ran around on me. They all ended up having other men. And here I was being stable. I was being consistent. I was being everything that the blue pill society tells me. I use that term because I'm not sure. Social constructs here in the U.S. told me I was supposed to be. And 3 divorces later, I think it was 3, yeah, it didn't work. I lost everything 2 or 3 times. It's like finally I figured out why what I did when I was young, I will call it like being a player, a gamer, worked. It was not a bad thing. Okay, so here we go on. Keep your mission and your purpose first. And as I said, if you find yourself thinking that you're waiting for that message, or let's say she doesn't contact you for a day and she talks to you every day. If that bothers you, you need to back off. And the right thing to do in those situations is to back off anyway. She may complain about that. Why don't you say good morning? Why don't you say good night? Okay, you can do that once in a while. First, let her she'll complain about it. Remember, what pisses her off, what she complains about, that's what keeps her attracted to you. All right, so we will go on to number 4. It's got Roman numerals here. Hope I can remember them from school. Don't play by... I gotta laugh at this one. Don't play by her rules. If you allow a woman to make the rules, she will resent you with a seething contempt even a rapist cannot inspire. There's another thing. As men, logically, we think, well, if I let her have a say and I can compromise and this and that, then she'll appreciate me as being an understanding man who's not trying to dominate her. Forget about that, okay? The strongest woman and the most strident feminist wants to be led by and to submit to a more powerful man. Polarity is the core of a healthy, loving relationship. She does not want the prerogative to walk all over you with her capricious demands and mercurial moods. Now, I don't know that word. I'm sure I mispronounced it. Mercurial moods. I'll have to look that up. Her emotions are a hurricane. Her soul a saboteur. She will self-destruct the best relationship she's ever had. She will do it if you allow her to. You have got to be strong. You have got to be dominant. You have got to stand your ground. When she doesn't respect you, or she's disinterested, or acts disinterested, or she's pulling away, you can't tell her. She will not understand logic words. You have to back off. You have to pull away. Okay, that's what you have to do. It's not easy, but you have to do it. And if you find that hard, then you're becoming too emotionally involved with her. She's not your world, okay? Think of yourself as a bulwark against her tempest. When she grasps for a pillar to steady herself against the whipping winds or yearns for an authority figure to foil her worst instincts, it is you who has to be there, strong, solid, unshakable, and immovable. Yeah, that one there slaps me upside the head because I can look back on some of my past relationships where I was not strong enough. I just got tired of them bitching, so I said, go ahead and do it, or whatever it was. Mistake. When they're giving you the hardest time, that's when you need to be the strongest. What they're really asking you is, hey, are you strong enough to keep me from destroying myself? Are you? Think about that. But sometimes you so want to be with her that you think if you do that, you may lose her. But the opposite is true. Number 5, adhere to the golden ratio. Give your woman 2/3 of everything she gives you. For every 3 calls or texts, give her 2 back. 3 declarations of love, earn 2 in return. 3 gifts, 2 nights out. Give her 2 displays of affection and stop until she has answered with 3 more. When she speaks, you reply with fewer words. When she emotes, you emote less. The idea behind the golden ratio is twofold. It establishes your greater value by making her chase you. It demonstrates that you have the self-restraint to avoid getting swept up in her personal dramas. Every girl is a drama queen. Even if they tell you, as I said before, on their profile, or I don't want any drama, or that relationship was too much drama for me, talking about her previous relationship. Well, I'm going to tell you what, if there was drama there, she created it. Refraining from reciprocating everything she does for you in equal measure instills in her the proper attitude of belief in your higher status. In her deepest loins, it is what she truly wants. And that is so true, because I will tell you, when I was blue pilling it, for lack of a better term, when I was being the man that society, Western society, tells you need to be a good husband, or the women say, or I'm not sure where it comes from, the liberation movement from the 60s, I think. A girl was really good to me, and I would reward her most of the time more than what she did for me. Now, that works in business and different things like that with your employees, okay? I find that works really good with my clients. Now, they pay me for what I do, but when I have a really good client, I'm liable to do something. I always do something for free. It isn't always something big, but I always do more than I'm getting paid for. Now, and that all comes back to me. Okay, but if you do this in a relationship, it's almost like you're supplicating to her, even if that's not your intention. If you already have her, she's in love with you, okay? If you want her to not be in love with you, give her more than she gives to you. I don't know why that It's just a woman thing, okay? When you do that, instead of her liking you more, she actually starts to become a little disrespectful, resentful. She doesn't even know why, because she can't repay that to you. I know for us men, it just doesn't make logical sense, but that's how it works. There are many things in the world we don't understand, but it works. You can see the effects. And just like this, if you reward her more than what she's given for you, then you will see the effects of that in disrespect, disinterest, flakiness, lack of consistency, and the list goes on. So remember, don't reward her more than what she does you. Reward her less. I know this seems like a game, but women are gaming all the time naturally. You can play the game, learn how to play the game, or you can get your heart broken and feel like offing yourself. And a lot of men do that. Refrain from reciprocating everything she does for you in equal measure instills in her the proper attitude of belief in your higher status. You need to listen to that. That's why I'm reading it again. In her deepest loins, it is what she truly wants. This is what she wants. She won't tell you she wants this, but this is what she wants. See, you have to watch what women do, what women respond to, what they react to. Don't listen to what she says. Hey, I've made that mistake too. They will have you doing everything for them, and then they'll be going out and sleeping around on you, and you ask them why in the hell they did that. If you find out, I don't know. It just happened. I was drunk. I was whatever. She'll have some excuse if you find out about it. Number 6, keep her guessing. This is so important. Contrary to what you've been taught, many of you have been taught where you need to give them stability consistently and make them feel secure. You can do that in finances if you're married to the girl, or if you guys are together in that way, or however, whatever kind of relationship you have. But you can't do it emotionally. If you do it in both, she'll get bored with you. She'll start looking around. True to her inscrutable natures, women ask questions they don't really want direct answers to. Woe to the man who plays it straight. I got to stop on that one, because I have been taught I've learned from the age, from a long time ago, from when I was young, to be completely straight and honest. Does that mean I never lie? Of course not, I've lied. But today if I lie, I go back and make that right, because it bothers me. It eats me up. It doesn't hurt the person I lied to, it hurts me. Okay? So, but with women, I'm not saying to directly lie to women, but they don't need to know everything about you, how you feel, who you're talking to, and everything you're doing. They want to wonder. They want to wonder. Don't play it straight. I'll guarantee you she's not playing it straight. Women will lie to you, but in their minds, they're not lying to you. I went out with a girl once, and we were broke up, and of course I wanted to be with her again, sexually. So I asked her, I was concerned about if she was sleeping around for certain reasons. I don't want to because I didn't use a condom when I was with her, okay? So she told me, no, I haven't been with anybody since this last time, whatever, and she wore a condom with that guy. So anyway, the next time I was with her, she told me that she had slept with somebody. And I said, well, you told me back on this date that you hadn't. Oh, well, that was a text message, and that's not, I don't like to talk about stuff like that on text messaging. So I'm telling you now. So she, in her mind, she didn't lie to me because it was just a message. So what that tells you is, with some women, if she sent you a message, don't believe it. At least with her, don't believe it. So in her mind, she didn't consider she was lying to me. To me, if I send you a message like that, I feel like I'm being dishonest with you. I'm lying to you. But they think differently than we do. So you have to remember that. Is there a 100% honest woman out there? I doubt it. But also, there's probably not a 100% honest man either. We all lie to ourselves, and if we're doing that, then we're not being honest with other people. That's why I so much want you guys to introspect. Look within yourself, because you can't be anything to anybody else unless you first know who you are and be that. And when you are that, then people perceive you as that, because that's who you really are. Know who you are, what you are, flaws, your liabilities, your assets, everything. Take an inventory of yourself. You're much greater than you think you are, but until you put it on paper, you can't see it. Okay, play it straight. Don't. His fate is the suffering of the beta. That's if you play it straight. Evade, tease, obfuscate. She thrives when she has to imagine what you're thinking about her, and withers when she knows exactly how you feel. I've experienced that too. A guy thinks, well, if I tell her how special she is to me and how much I love her, and she's going to know how important she is to me, and it's going to make her feel loved, and she's going to love me. Big mistake. Big mistake. I've done that, and I've done the opposite where I act like I don't care about them because I don't allow myself anymore to really care about girls. Of course, I care about them, but I don't care about them so much that they get in the way of my mission and my purpose. Okay, I don't care how beautiful they are. I've been out with a lot of beautiful girls. I got beautiful girls I'm going out with now. Young girls, 19, 20, 21 years old, okay? Doesn't matter. If their personality and you're with them for a while, you'll get tired of their crap. I don't care how pretty they are. It's happened to me. It'll happen to you. Think of the most beautiful movie star or Instagram model, and you just love to be with her. You think you could be happy with her forever. I'm telling you what, if you don't get along with her, if she doesn't submit to you, 3-6 months, you're going to get tired of her. You're going to want to kick her out. Now, after you kick her out, you may regret it. You may miss her for the sex and the beauty, but I'm telling you what, you'll get tired of it. All right. A woman may want financial and family security, but she does not want passion security. In the same manner, when she has displeased you, punish swiftly. But when she has done you right, reward slowly. Reward her good behavior intermittently and unpredictably, and she will never tire of working hard to please you. And that's what you want. Women want to please you. Sometimes they'll even come out and say it. What can I do to please you? I want to please you. Let them do it. Women fall in love by doing things for you. They don't fall in love by you doing things for them. All right, we're going to stop there. If you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com, Instagram, Mark's Inspiration. Smash that like button and subscribe. Share this with a friend if you think it would be of help to them. Thanks for joining me. Be cool.